¿Cómo estás? Welcome to the Keeping It Real podcast with Sulma, the swearing therapist. Hi, I'm Sulma Williams, a licensed clinical social worker who likes to keep it real and swears a lot. Today, I'd like to address the topic of birth order. Are you the oldest child, the middle one, the youngest, the only child? If you're the only child, I have shit for you too, so stay tuned. So first, I like to address it from a more scientific way, if you would, and then I'm gonna get fucking real, as is my style, as you know. So the firstborn, I'm the youngest, so I'm gonna read through some of this stuff, and then I'm gonna uh, provide my personal experience. The firstborn, they have their parents' full attention, so they're like mini adults because like they are like all the time imitating their parents. They have the full attention, like the parents are all over them. So it makes them, it affects their personality into make them high achievers, controlling, a little bossy. Like they are asked to eventually help with their siblings or with chores, so they can become bossy because they tell you what to do, right? Um, the middle child, apparently, I'm not a middle child or an old first one, so apparently there is a thing called the middle child syndrome. Who knew? Shit, I didn't. The middle child are is they become people pleasers because their attention is divided with the oldest sibling, right? Like so they feel left out. They are most likely to go with the flow and have a higher social circle. Like they will be more dependent on their friends rather than the parents. Um, and then the youngest, hola, that's me. Apparently, scientifically, we are free spirit, fun loving, manipulative. Like, I got away with shit that none of my siblings did. Okay. Like, like, so, but, also their accomplishments don't seem original because okay, so you learn how to ride a bike, your siblings already done it, right, kind of thing. um and they are the the least of the siblings to get discipline, right? Like, so as I said, I got away with a lot of shit that my siblings couldn't. And then for the only child situation, that child monopolizes their parents' attention and resources, which kind of like creates a burden, if you would, because they're like, oh my God, like all the attention is centered on me, like it's not divided. And they're usually more mature for their age. They have a tendency to be perfectionists, leaders, very diligent, because they just want to do everything perfect. So how does this apply in real life? I bump heads with my brother a lot because he's 10 years older than me. He is a man, and I'm from a Hispanic background, right? Like, so naturally, or culturally, I shouldn't say naturally, but culturally, women don't have that much power. So, and by him being the firstborn and a male, like whatever the fuck he says goes. And then I started growing up, and I'm like, he was my hero when I was a child. He was my hero. Like, he was perfect. My dad left when I was 8, so my brother took the role of a substitute father. And he was my hero. And then I started growing up, and I was like, okay, motherfucker, like, back off, okay? Like, But there is this innate responsibility on the oldest child's shoulders. And it's a lot of this is cultural. I have a friend who she's the firstborn in a Filipino family, and she has this um, urge to fix everything for her family, and it's like, bitch, back off. Like, these are adults. Like, why are you saving them basically from themselves? But it is her job, basically, right? Like, so, and as a youngest I was like, okay, like, fuck, like, as I said, I got away with a lot of shit that my siblings couldn't. So it does affect our personality where in the family we were born, not only because of the birth order, but also because your parents are not the same. My parents were not the same for me 10 years later that they were for my brother, their first child, right? Like, so, or my sister for the case. But the thing is, what can we do knowing this to kind of like make it easier, because for ourselves and for others, because like, okay, this is I wasn't asked to be born last, or my friend didn't ask to be born first, right? Or my brother for the case. And it's like, but knowing that this is a kind of like a universal pattern, but also the cultural aspect affects this so much. Can we kind of like find a middle ground? I always say information is power. So can we be more informed and about what the fuck is going on, and kind of like stepping back, consciously stepping back, and allowing the family members to be accountable for their decisions? It's not my friend's job to save the family. Like, bitch, like, don't you have enough issues in your own life? But we do feel like that sometimes, especially the firstborns, right? Like, they feel very protective. I was actually talking to my brother yesterday and telling him a particular situation, and he was so protective. Like, motherfucker, I'm 60 years old. Like, I'm not a child anymore. But in his eyes, I'm this baby. Like, just like for parents, like, it doesn't matter how old you are, you're always a baby. So because both my parents passed away, now it's kind of like my brother's responsibility to protect the family. And it's like, listen, I do appreciate it, but I am an adult. I am accountable for my own decisions, and I don't need you to. I need you to do you, not to protect me, right? Like, so I will fend for myself, and I will find a way. So I hope you find this helpful, and please leave me in the comments if you which order were you born, and if this any of the shit that I talk about resonates with you. Please follow, like, and comment, and follow me on Instagram at the Swearing Therapist. And I talk to you next time. Bye.